Welcome to the Truth Serum Football with your hosts, Joey, Jeff, and Jordan. The guys who bring you fantasy football advice so good, when you win your league, it'll feel like you cheated.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Truth Serum. I'm Joey, and we are joined here with Starship Trooper himself, Jordan Thomas. What's up, Jordan?
What's up, baby? Wash that mouth out with soap, though, because this is a Stormtrooper helmet. This is Star Wars. Get your nerdum right.
Get my nerdum right?
Get your nerdum right.
Wait, it's a Star... what is it?
It's a Stormtrooper, baby.
Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, yeah. You're once again wearing some goofy ass shit. I love it, baby.
I make this goofy ass shit look good, but I tell you what, it's like 95 degrees outside. It's like 108 in this garage, even with this air conditioner. I'm taking this hot ass helmet off. I'm just gonna wear the hat today. Sorry, y'all.
I can hear you so much better right now. It sounds so much better. Anyway, what are we here for? We are here to do the we're here to do wide receiver threes. That's 25 through 36.
Here's what we're here to do, baby. We're here to do what Joey Fickle never does, and we're here to wrap it up. So wide receiver 25 through 36. Yeah, that's it. Let's do it.
Yeah, we're going to wrap up these wide receivers. Next, we're going to bring you to tight ends, and then we're going to do a mock draft. We're going to have a few guests on that one, hopefully.
Yeah, we are. Hell yeah.
It'll be a little bit more realistic for where people come off the boards than your standard ESPN mock drafts. I hate those because people quit and then the computers are kind of dumb. So, yeah, before we hop into this, why don't we go ahead and take this time to thank these motherfucking Hall of Fame Patreon. You got the list? I got the list.
Oh, man. I got the list, baby. I got this. Let me say thank you first to Brandon Rios, and then we got Cadillac Kaysen, my main man, Dylon Maliska, Captain Kirk Davenport, holding it down in the NFC East group right now. Got James, my main man, Miller, my favorite Blaha, Daniel Blaha, Jeff Wallace, Manil, Steady, Trevetti, close the deal, Manil. Love that guy. We got my favorite Blaha, West Blaha, and I think there's like 8 more of the Blahas out there. Where are you guys at? Because I want to show y'all love too. We got Patrick Johnston with a T. We got Chris Hauk, how you say your name. Tex Benjamin, Clintorius B.I.G. Clint Collins. We got Matthew Tovar, Hall of Fame, Robert Dawson, Mike Pie-Knacker. What'd you call me? We got Jeff Big Ball and Beavers, Freddie Lavelle, Michael David Truax, Josh Machino, Josh Hickman, Chris Leach, Dwight, Close Everything Kofroth, but only do it with the pennies. We got Jeremy, my main man, Maines, Ben Kaiser, Tyler the Truth Tompkins, Colleen Kunkel. We got my main man, Jeremy Pyle, and Big Dick Rick Richard Travelstead. Thank you, guys.
Hell yeah.
That's my favorite part of every show is just showing the love to them Patreons, Hall of Famers.
I love it when you do it because you're fucking good at it, dude. You know how to show love, and I don't. I love y'all, but I suck at reading. First off, I can't concentrate unless it's fucking reading some football material. These names, some of y'all got some weird fucking names, dude. Like for real, Pie-Knacker.
Pie-Knacker? What'd you call me?
It took me forever to figure out how to say that dude's name.
We still say it wrong. It's Pinnaker, baby. Who's got the weirdest name?
You remember when I was calling Michael Truax? Remember when I was calling him Trox?
Trox.
Josh Machino took forever for me to learn. I got it, though. I think. So, anyway, thank you, guys. Thank all of the rest of you as well. We love all y'all motherfuckers.
And Joey, why don't you tell them what we got at the beginning of next month for anybody that's in our Patreon groups?
Okay, so Patreon only giveaway for $1 per month. at patreon.com/thetruthserum. You will be entered in for a chance to win a mini helmet of your choice, signed, authenticated by nothing but the best authentication companies. That's JSA, Beckett. So that's at $1 per month. And then if you want to, you come on to Hall of Fame. You get your name read on these damn podcasts
5 times.
You get 5 entries for that same mini helmet. Not only that, you get 5 motherfucking entries in for a full-size helmet from the team of your choice, signed and authenticated by nothing but the best authentication companies.
Whoo, boy, that's a fire. You did good on that one today, son.
I usually the word authentication companies, I get tongue twisted on that one.
Oh, well, it sounded sexy, baby. Make love to me on that mic.
So we finna make love with these rankings, and we're gonna start it off with ranking number 25. If you missed the other ones, you can find them on YouTube, True Serum Football. You can find them anywhere you listen to podcasts. If you're listening to it on podcast, the next one's coming, baby.
Yeah. If you on that YouTube, do us both a favor, ring that bell, give us a subscribe, and we'll keep that content flowing to you, baby.
Keep that content coming. Y'all keep them comments coming, because that's what really helps.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't want to waste no more time. I want to dive in. I want to talk about my boy. We got him ranked at 25, and it's disrespectful, son, in my eyes at least. We got my man Keenan Allen. I love me some Keenan Allen, baby. And here's why I love Keenan Allen so much is in his rookie season, I had Keenan Allen, and I had the old fat receiver from the Panthers. I can't think of his name right. Kelvin Benjamin. Yeah. I had both of those fools halfway through the season, had some injuries, started them both, won a title because of both of them. And, well, Keenan Allen's still around and Kevin Benjamin's still eating somewhere. But Keenan Allen has been money year in and year out as long as he has stayed healthy. He has put together a few consecutive seasons of looking pretty healthy. And I get it. I get that old man Rivers is gone, and that was just like the perfect setup for him. But, man, he is still the number one in this offense. And I think you're calling it, Joey, and I think I might agree with you. This may be the lowest scoring ass offense in the NFL this year. Don't matter. Keenan Allen's still going to eat. So to me, I think Keenan Allen is going to be at worst a wide receiver 2 on the season. I think the fact that we're talking to him about the third show, just a disrespect to everything he's done. And he's going to have a ton of targets. He's going to make catches. And he's going to get in the end zone. Won't see the same volume, but it's Keenan Allen locked and loaded as a wide receiver 2 all damn day. Go ahead and fight me on it.
For the record, I have him ranked at 25. So I am right there in line with our consensus. I just got some other guys higher that kind of slid him down a little bit. It's not that I hate Keenan Allen. I love Keenan Allen. This offense is going to fucking suck. You got a mobile quarterback now. Let's say he starts 4 to 5 games, right? Mm-hmm. We can all assume that Justin Herbert's not going to start at the beginning of the season. It's going to take 4 weeks, right? The best case scenario is going to be 4 weeks, in my opinion. Therefore, you got a mobile quarterback who just, instead of using that dump off shit like Phillip Rivers is going to dump it off to Keenan Allen in the narrow routes and Austin Eckler's in the narrow routes, he's not going to do that. He's going to get happy feet and take off running. Therefore, I don't see huge potential for the total receptions that he is used to getting. He's a target hog. I 100% agree. He's going to get targeted. He's going to have volume. I don't think he's going to have quality volume.
Who's going to have more passes thrown their way this year, Keenan Allen or Stephon Diggs?
Keenan Allen.
Okay.
But I think so. Stephon Diggs is a better talent.
I think you're wrong.
Well, I'm sorry.
I think he has more. I think Stephon Diggs has more pure ability. I think Keenan Allen makes it translate on the football field a lot more than Diggs does.
Okay, absolutely. I can't argue that. But when you said that I called it and you think you might be hopping on board, this team might be the lowest scoring in the NFL this year. He already doesn't score a ton of touchdowns from a team that, can score some touchdowns usually. So I just don't see the quality down the field targets that he is not even normal getting. It's just going to be with a less quality offense as a whole. I have to move him down. I
get it. And I think with Keenan Allen, I think it's best summed up this way. I think the floor is safe, and it's exactly where it's always been with him. The ceiling has lowered considerably with Rivers out of town. He's not going to finish in the top 3 like he has in years past.
That's why I have him pushed down. When we get into them ranges like your Terry McLaurins and shit like that, like I'd much rather have those kind of guys that can just explode. We know Terry McLaurin is a red zone presence, even with lacking size. That's the point here. It's not anything against Keenan Allen himself. He plays a different role. He plays a role that typically translate to a productive offense. I just don't think he's going to score, and I'm just not confident, man.
Okay. Enough said. Let's move on to our second guy on this tier 3, Hollywood Brown.
This is a motherfucking guy I'm excited about. This dude, what's going to happen to Lamar Jackson? You tell me the story here. What's Lamar Jackson going to do this year? I know you got something.
I think he's going to run for like 800 to 900 yards. I think he's going to run for less than he did last year. I think he's going to throw the ball a whole lot more. I think he's probably going to make some more turnovers than last year. But I think there's going to be I think what you're looking for is he's going to air that ball out, and Hollywood Brown's going to get some chances. Is that what you want from me, baby?
I'm not going to say that he's going to air it out. I'm going to say the increase in volume is going to be there. It has to. I think he takes a step forward as a passer, and Hollywood is the clear number 1 on this team. Now, with that being said, when he played last year, let me back up a little bit. He was drafted injured. This dude had Lisfranc injury. He came in, clearly was not 100%, and fucking exploded off the bat. This guy is a good fucking wide receiver that is going to have a much increased role in this offense, which kind of makes me hesitate a little bit on Mark Andrews as well. He's going to take from that, and I love this guy's downfield presence. Not only that, he is good in the intermediate. He can break your ankles. He's going to get open. He's fast. If you double him, he's going to outrun it. So I love this guy. I think the volume, ain't no Kamar Aiken there anymore. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Good old Kamar Aiken. So Hollywood Brown, man, the story for him, to me, he played less than 70% of the team snaps in 10 of the first 14 games last season. Only caught 46 passes, only had 584 yards, but he also scored 7 touchdowns with that limited amount of work. So I think the receptions go up. I think the yards go up. I think the percentage of snaps goes up. I think the touchdowns can still go up. I don't think 7's a ceiling by any means. I think he's locked and loaded as the number 1 wide receiver on this team. A sleeper rookie that I really like, and it might be my own bias, but I really loved the Ravens going out and getting Devin Duvernay. I just think that's another weapon for Lamar Jackson to exploit, and I think the more weapons, the better, and I think the more opportunity that will give Hollywood Brown. I'm all for it. He's got speed for days. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But there's another guy that I like even more than that is Miles Boykin. It's a big wide receiver, Miles Boykin. Miles Boykin.
One of my favorite team names ever. The Packers used to have a Boykin. I can't remember his first name, but I had a team called that Boykin Run.
Oh yeah, that boy can run. That boy can run.
Baby.
That boy's got size. That boy he can do it all as well. I think he's going to be a big touchdown recipient from this team as well. With a running quarterback like that, you have no choice but to have high efficiency from your passer. So I think this offense is primed and ready to make a step forward in the passing game, and Hollywood is going to lead that. So I love him. I have him at 23.
Right on. So that puts us at what, number 26 in our rankings?
We
so
are
from one.
Yep.
Go ahead.
We moving on to 27.
Moving on to 27. So that leaves us with another second round wide receiver. And this one might be my favorite of the bunch, DK Metcalf. I think a lot of people are going to tell you to draft Tyler Lockett before Metcalf, and I hate that move. I think Lockett may have a little bit safer of a floor. DK Metcalf has a huge ceiling in my eyes. I think he absolutely will emerge as the alpha dog in this offense. I love him. I'm all in on him. He had 900 yards and 58 catches in his rookie campaign. I could see him easily taking that to 70 to 75 with 11 to 1,200 yards.
Yeah, I agree with you. That doesn't mean that I think Tyler Lockett is safer. I have him ranked one spot ahead as far
safer
as
floor.
Safer floor. However, the ceiling is ultimate with DK Metcalf. He could fucking turn into the next Megatron. So the ceiling is there, right?
Yeah.
I think if I'm drafting, I'm absolutely taking DK ahead. Is not reflective of my rankings, but absolutely, I'm in wide receiver 3. Give me that ceiling all day.
All damn day.
But as far as the rankings go, I kind of balance it a little bit as far as how I'm ranking, how I think they'll finish. A solid combination of the two. So.
And I think that's important for people to hear. So, like, for instance, in our rankings, when you listen to our quarterbacks or let's say our running backs, we had Christian McCaffrey as the unanimous number 1. And it's hard to argue against Christian McCaffrey at number 1. I think in most leagues, I'm picking first overall. I'm taking Saquon because I like his upside and I like a lot of things about him. That doesn't make McCaffrey bad. It's a 1A, 1B situation. But these rankings will not always reflect my specific draft strategy.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, yeah, DK Metcalf, big fucking badass wide receiver that can stretch the field and has got an accurate deep ball throwing quarterback that can get it to him. He will fight you on them 50-50 balls to go get that bitch. I love him. I absolutely love him. He's still young.
Yep.
He's still young. That's it. But I love the future of this guy. I think he's probably my second favorite sophomore receiver looking into the future, though.
He may be my first. It's hard. I love me some A.J. Brown. I love me some Debo Samuel. I know your number 1's probably Scary Terry, but I think he's like number 4 on my list. But that receiving class last year kicked ass.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're looking at what people call, including me. You look at this draft class coming up that
loaded.
We just had. It's fucking loaded. So I think the NFL is really taking its – I think we're in the middle of its transition into spread offenses, high scoring, pin your ears back, pass rush. Like, this is going to be exciting. It's going to be like watching the Chiefs play against the Chiefs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
The future will tell, but I'm really excited to look forward to fucking 40-point averages out of teams on a consistent basis.
Hell yeah. So moving on to number 28, I'm going to let you do most of the talking here because I don't really even want to talk about this guy, but we got Devontae Parker.
I like Devontae Parker. He showed last year that he is a good wide receiver. The numbers showed it, yes, but if you look on the field, it showed it as well. You're going to make your little argument about Preston Williams being better than him. He wasn't. He absolutely was not. And while you are making your Joey, you're fucking stupid. Devontae Parker sucks. It took him 5 years to break out. That was the outlier. While you're talking all that shit, I'm going to look up some shit that I have saved, and I will be back to you while you talk. I ain't going to listen to it because I already heard it 15 times, but our listeners need to hear it from you as well.
So I'm just gonna get it out there to you guys, man. If you're with a girl for 6 days and she cheats on you 5 of those 6 days, but on the 6th day she's real good to you, you gonna stay with that girl? No, you are not. Devontae Parker has not been a good receiver in the NFL since he has started in the league. All the potential, all the promise in the world. But is he going to keep it up? Are you going to take a guy like Devontae Parker, who may or may not work out, or would you rather take your chances with other guys drafting in this area, like a Keenan Allen, like a DK Metcalf, like a Hollywood Brown? I want no part of Devontae Parker. Maybe he's the stud wide receiver that we all thought he was going to be. I'm not banking on it. I don't care if it's Fitzmagic. I don't care if it's Tua. I don't care if they bring back Dan Marino to that damn team. I am not taking any chances on Devontae Parker this year. But I might scoop him up on my waiver wire after week 3 or week 4 when y'all get tired of his shit.
Yeah, so I can't find my note.
Surprise, surprise.
That's all right. That's all right.
I don't think you listened to that, but I really hope you go back and listen to that because I think that was one of my better rants I've ever went on a player just now.
Yeah, I heard bits and pieces of it, which was also distracting me from finding my notes. But I should have had them ready. It's my fault. You can believe him if you want. It's not a bad idea to play it safe. However, if you're going to get this guy let me check. I can find his ADP right quick. If you're going to get this guy in the 6.09, damn near the 7th round, it's worth a shot right there, right?
Not when you can get Michael Gallup in the 7th, or Julian Edelman in the 7th, or Deebo Samuel in the 7th, or Tyler Boyd in the 8th, Jarvis Landry. Man, there's so many good wide receivers. Why you gonna trust this bum? I'm just saying.
Okay. I don't believe in this offense this year either. But I do think that he is a good wide receiver. I think the trend continues. Maybe he is, a wide receiver 4-ish, but I don't think he's a bust anymore. He good, baby. He good.
I think it's going to take more than 10 games for me to say that he wasn't a colossal bust.
Contested catch rate of over 86% says this guy's a baller, in my opinion.
Okay.
All right, cool. Let's move on to number 29, Tyler Lockett. Safety. I still don't want him or the next guy because they're just safety.
Yep. I mean, man, he finally got over 1,000 yards for the first time in his career. Always played second fiddle to Doug Baldwin. Finally had the chance to take the reins and be the number one on the offense. DK Metcalf already looks like he's ready to supplant him. Tyler Lockett's a very decent receiver. He's a very decent fantasy play. I think there are tons of players around this pick with much that I'd rather take a gamble on.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you get into that 7th, 8th round, you're trying to take shots. That's what you're doing. And oh my goodness, Okay. Yeah, that's going to move. That's going to change. That's going to move the needle a little bit more. So Tyler Lockett's safe, boring guy. He's going to get you a solid floor. If that's what you need, go for it. He will have boom games. And I don't know, he's just not that exciting to me. And maybe I need to reassess, but he's just not exciting. I won't own him.
Yeah, he ain't no DK Metcalf, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Number 30 is another guy that's just not super exciting to me. And I don't know why, because last year he was the fucking man in this offense. He was the number one wide receiver on this team, on a team with Odell Beckham Jr. Jarvis Landry is going to slide right back to where he belongs as a number 2 on a team. This dude is going to live in the shadows of Odell Beckham this year. Reception gonna go down. They just got Austin Hooper, who is gonna take some targets. Is gonna happen. This offense can open up, and they have adapted a running philosophy from their new coach. So, what you got to say about Jarvis, baby?
Unlike Devontae Parker, Jarvis Landry put together multiple good seasons with the Miami Dolphins, then went to the Browns with Odell Beckham Jr., outperformed him. Man, Jarvis Landry is – so Odell Beckham Jr. is like the hot chick you hook up with at the party, right?
Hell yeah.
Jarvis Landry's like the girl that you should be putting a ring on, because all he does is produce and perform, baby. If you want a hot cooked meal every night in a clean house and a woman that'll love you, Jarvis Landry's ready, baby. That's how I feel about Jarvis. To me,
he might be Odell Beckham's wife. You know, there are rumors.
There are rumors, baby. And I guarantee you he's better to Odell than Odell is to him. I am saying. He is the ultimate consistency flex at this point in the draft. We were talking about Tyler Lockett, who somehow is ranked 1 above him. I don't even know, right? We're talking about how Tyler Lockett provides such a safe floor. Man, Jarvis Landry's floor is higher than Tyler Lockett's ceiling. Love Jarvis Landry. Draft him with confidence as a wide receiver 3. He's never going to get you a 35-point game, but damn, he'll get you 15 to 20 every week.
Yeah, for sure. I agree 100%. But if we're talking about the girl you want to marry, fuck one, kill one, marry one.
I'm marrying Jarvis all damn day, son.
For sure. However, don't nobody want no damn sloth in the bedroom. Odell's coming. He's like that hot chick with tattoos all over her damn body, fucking nose pierced, tongue pierced, clip pierced, just super freaky in the bed, screams loud, neighbors know what's going on. That's what Odell is to me.
Yeah, so, but Odell is also the chick that gets the restraining order from you and sends you to jail. You thought you with your best friend, dog. Fuck Odell. Jarvis Landry, baby.
Oh, shit. That was awesome. Yeah, so I agree. Odell is a very, very, very safe guy at 30. In fact, he definitely needs to be above Tyler Lockett and Devontae Parker for that matter. Damn, man, we should have fucking updated these bitches. But we're going to continue on.
100 times. We're going to do this same episode 6 times before the season starts, I imagine. So
very
that's
possible.
What we got right now. Let's talk about Deebo Samuel at 31.
Yeah, Deebo. Deebo is a guy that deserves to be a little bit higher. However, he's hurt right now. He's hurt. I can't be confident about him. I feel like he's going to miss a couple of weeks. I feel like he's going to come back and be a little slow. George Kittle's still there. They drafted Brandon Ayuk. They're going to fucking run the ball. So I think he's going to start off slow. He might be another fucking steal. You can trade for him in week 4 or 5. I think that's an excellent move. But right now, I got him at 30. I got him at 32. Based off of beginning of season, I don't think he's going to produce. In fact, I think he will miss a few games.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. I don't think I have much to add. We've talked about how we thought he looked like the best player on the field in the Super Bowl. Deebo just seemed to get better week after week after week last season. The injury sucks and is concerning, and hopefully it's not something that is a repetitive thing in his career. But to me, man, he's a dynamic talent and the clear-cut number one out of this receiving group, not counting Kittle because Kittle is absolutely the alpha dog there. But Debo's going to get his, and, man, he's one of those jack of all trades who can do it in a number of different ways. Can't wait to see this guy get back.
Yeah, so if we're drafting Debo Samuel or Tyler Lockett?
Debo all day.
Okay. See, Debo or Jarvis?
Debo all day.
Okay, so that proves right there once again, rankings don't necessarily reflect how we will draft. What will, though, is that motherfucking cheat sheet we got coming out soon, baby. This cheat sheet is going to have all the tools on it: injury risk, high upside players. You're going to know you're a first-time player. If you're young at fantasy football, you're going to know just what you want to do by this cheat sheet. It's going to have, dude, it's going to be the shit. I don't want to give away too much, but it is going to be the best draft board I have ever seen.
Hell yeah.
We're going to take some time and really devote something into this. It's going to be a badass fucking draft kit for you. But anyway, the next guy is another very high risk, very, very high reward type of player. AJ Green. AJ motherfucking Green. Is he done? He's getting up there in age. We haven't seen this guy for a full season and I don't know how long. They just went out and drafted T. Higgins. They drafted a new quarterback who is an excellent passer from what I saw on film. Is AJ Green done, though? He did want a contract, and I don't know.
So for me, AJ Green has absolutely proven that he is an elite wide receiver when healthy. Unfortunately, obviously, that hasn't happened a whole lot recently, as you said. He's had some time to heal. He should be healthy coming into this season. And so to me, man, this is it for AJ Green. He's either going to pop this year and be AJ Green again, or this is probably the last year I'll ever consider drafting him. And I'll put a fork in him a la Demaryius Thomas of a couple of years ago. To me, this is the best offense he's ever had a chance to be in. I think with Boyd and Higgins and Mixon and Burrow, I think there's a lot of weapons on this offense that could absolutely open him up like he hasn't seen. I really, really like AJ Green this year, especially if you start off your draft and you go running back heavy at first and you get kind of the lower end of the wide receivers at the top. AJ Green is a great person to get in this round that could absolutely be a wide receiver one in 2020.
Okay, here's some other names that are going in this round. He's going in the 6th. You going to take AJ Green or Stephon Diggs?
AJ Green.
AJ Green or Hollywood?
Hollywood.
AJ Green or Devontae Parker?
AJ Green.
AJ Green or Brandon Cooks?
AJ Green.
Okay, so he's falling in line right about in that 6th round with those guys. I think I'm with you. That's about the time that you would want to take a risk on a guy like that because he can return top 10 upside.
Yep.
So on to number 33, Julian Edelman. We're getting into these old guys now. Julian Edelman's going to have him a new motherfucking quarterback.
Yeah,
Cam Newton.
Mr. PED himself. You can't spell PED without Edelman, baby. No longer has Tom Brady throwing him the ball. Good news is Cam Newton might be here to save the day. He finished in the top 10 last year. He's being drafted in the wide receiver 30 range. I'm just saying, like, you don't get much more of a solid pick in this draft. I think Edelman has a really, really good floor. I think his ceiling is limited with Newton, but I still like him better than most people in this particular spot in the draft. I still think he's going to be the Patriots' number one without question.
All right, he is going in the 7th round. Taking him or Jarvis Landry?
That one's tough. I'm taking Jarvis Landry because I think Bayfield is going to really rebound this year.
Edelman or Michael Gallup.
Gallup.
Okay,
That's because I
and
love
Debo
his
Samuel.
upside. Debo Samuel.
Okay, so those are the other wide receivers also going in the 7th round. I'm taking all those guys above him too. I don't think
And we ranked all 3 of those guys above him as well.
Yeah, so I don't think the ceiling for him is quite what it was. I don't think this offense is going to hum through the air. I think this is going to turn into a running offense. Bill Belichick is one of the smartest coaches any of us have ever fucking seen. Probably the best coach of all time. Best I've ever seen for sure. I think he knows what he's fucking got, and he's going to use it. This is going to be a rushing team. And even with Sony Michel there, who, hasn't proved to us that he's worth that draft capital that they spent on him, he's going to figure it out, whether it's him, Damian Williams, Rex Burkhead. Somebody's going to fit this mold of a mobile quarterback. Guarantee you they're going to use that fucking read option, and Cam Newton is going to eat. This is going to be a running team. And
where we haven't went back and done our quarterbacks again, but we should. Where do you think Cam Newton falls now?
I will have to go update the rankings, but I assume he will be into the 10 to 12 range.
Okay.
Upside is top number 1 quarterback, obviously.
Yep.
So, yeah, it is just a risky pick. So I'll have him in the 10 range, I'm sure.
Okay.
But Edelman, he's going to be that guy that's safe and get you some points. There's a little bit of injury concern with him too. He gets banged up a lot. He is very tough and plays through them. When he does play through injury, he is not as effective. So I'm a lot more excited about this next guy on our list.
Oh, I know. Tell him about it.
Deontay fucking Johnson. Dude he's a gadget. He's a gadget player that can play behind the line of scrimmage or in front of it. And he gets open. That's what I love about him. He reminds me of Antonio Brown. I'm sorry. I made that comp. I'm not putting him on that level yet, but he looks just like fucking Antonio Brown did when Antonio Brown was in his 2nd year. Dude's a beast, and the Steelers typically are pretty fucking good at producing good wide receiver 2s. I don't know that he's going to be the wide receiver 2 for long, though. There are so many targets going to be going his way. Last year, second half of the season, dude exploded. I love him moving forward. He's a great wide receiver. What you got to say?
Man, Deontay Johnson, I think, is a very good receiver. I think you're a little hyped on him. I think people are overrating him just a smidge, and it's mostly because I'm super hyper concerned with Big Ben's health. And I think so much of what that offense does depends on Big Ben's health. So much like Juju, I don't think he's a better wide receiver than Juju, and I don't think he's going to unseat him as the number 1. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm crazy. But I mean, the fucking upside's there, man. He had 4 or 5 weeks last season where he was a top 12 wide receiver. He's definitely got the talent. I think people are a year too early on him. I really expect next year for us to really be talking about, okay, now Deontay Johnson has made this jump.
Okay. I get that, and I am often 1 year too early on a guy, but you're also always 1 year too late on letting go of a guy. So maybe it's time for you to let go of Keenan Allen a little bit, and maybe it's time for me to, slide Deontay Johnson down a little bit. But as of right now, I'm excited, man. I love what I see.
Yeah, I love me some Keenan Allen. I don't know what you talking about.
All right, number 35, Tyler Boyd, the number 1 wide receiver on this team for the past couple of years.
Because of injury, I still think AJ Green is the number 1 on this team. Who do you think T. Higgins hurts worse, Boyd or Green, assuming they're both healthy?
I don't think it hurts either of them, really. I don't think it helps or hurts them.
Okay. I just think there's a lot of mouths to feed in this Cincinnati offense. And I think if AJ Green is healthy, that hurts Tyler Boyd. I think T. Higgins will get some looks. I think that John Ross, man, looked like he was finally about to pop last year before he got injured again. So I'm tempering expectations on Boyd. I was all the fuck in on Boyd coming into last season. Boyd and Calvin Ridley were like my guys that I was scooping up all over the late rounds of the draft, and you can't do that anymore. My biggest concern for Boyd is there were 40 more targets last season for him, and that only equated to 20 yards. So, I mean, he got a lot more looks, but didn't have a whole lot more production. So I think he may get less looks this year, and I'm not sure how he performs with that. But I think he absolutely could be kind of one of those go-to guys for Joe Burrow.
Yeah, absolutely. This offense is, as you know, Zach Taylor, he likes to spread shit out. He's going to run a lot of 11 personnel. He's going to have 3 wide receivers, 4 wide receivers on occasions too. I think they were up near the top of the league in 4 wide receiver sets. So all these guys just create a bigger pie to eat from. I get that. So I think they can all kind of feed off of each other and open this offense up a little bit, kind of like the Cardinals offense. I think they're going to be a little bit behind the 8 ball, and they're going to look a lot like the Cardinals offense did last year. And then maybe next year we see that step forward like we are going to see this year with the Cardinals.
Yep. Next year, everybody's going to be like, oh, Joe Burrow. It's going to happen. I agree.
Yeah, for sure. Let's round out this show with our number 36, the last.
Wrap it up.
The last, yeah, I don't do that.
So do me a favor on this one. Let's do this one a little bit differently. So I don't think we necessarily agree on this 36th player. So why don't you give the player we actually have, and then I would like to talk about one of his teammates who I think is going to be way better than he is.
Okay, so this is a wide receiver right here that is as explosive as it gets. We've seen this guy score multiple touchdowns several fucking times during his short career. It's a guy that has had injury issues. This is a guy that he's going to beat your cornerback deep. He's not going to have a ton of volume. He hasn't had a ton of volume before.
Ever.
That number 1 wide receiver that is on that team, was on that team, is not on that team anymore. And I am talking about DeAndre Hopkins left. So Will Fuller is the guy for me. If he can stay healthy if he's plays for 12 games, he is going to be significantly higher than number 36. This is a guy that is super efficient on a team with a mobile quarterback, and now they got a running back that can kind of take off some of that stress out of the backfield, that can catch passes. So I really love this guy. Stretch the field. He's going to be a boom or bust type of guy, but those weeks that he plays, and he's going to score some fucking fantasy points.
Fair enough. I think what is sickening about this Texans offense is they went from having to DeAndre Hopkins last season to their safest foreplay this season is Randall Cobb.
Yeah.
Fucking gross. Anyway, Will Fuller is not the receiver to own for the Houston Texans, in my opinion. I think it's Brandon Cooks, man. And you can say what you want to say. I get it. He's been banged up. I understand he's in a new offense. To me, man, Brandon Cooks has had success and top-end wide receiver type success everywhere he's went. He was good with the Drew Brees and the Saints. He was good with Brady and the Patriots. He's been good with Goff and the Rams. There's no reason whatsoever, obviously, disregarding injury, there's no reason he won't be the top option in this Texans offense under Deshaun Watson. I think he's the most talented. I think he's the most accomplished. He's still relatively young. He's only 26 years old, should be entering his prime if health permits. To me, at this point in the draft, I'm looking to gamble and I'm looking to shoot for the moon. And I think Brandon Cooks is a sexy pick in around this area of your draft when you're getting late and you're rounding off with your wide receivers 3s and 4s and 5s. Brandon Cooks is going to win you some ball games last year, or Brandon Cooks is going to win you some ball games this year. Brandon Cooks didn't win you shit last year, for the record.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like Brandon Cooks in the range that he's going as well. However, if you're shooting for the fucking moon, it's Will Fuller. I would like to make a hat bet with you right now. If both of these guys are injury plagued, right?
Yep.
Minimum 10 games played each, right?
Okay.
Points per game, minimum 10 games.
Hat bet.
Hat motherfucking bet. You know what? I'm going to design a new motherfucking hat that says I won this hat from a hat bet.
That is a brilliant idea. Can I also get a hat that says big old hitties on it?
Big old hitties. Yeah, I can do that. We got.
And then can we also get a hat that says, "Hey, Jeremy, play with the balls for me" on it, or something along those lines?
We're gonna work.
Jeremy Powell, we missed them balls, baby. When they gonna come bouncing back into our lives?
Hell yeah. But anyway, I want to mention a guy that I have ahead of AJ Green. It's a guy that's inside my. He's number 36. He's number 35. I got AJ Green at 36. Jalen Reagor. Can we just talk about him really quick?
We can.
Okay. He's outside of our wide receiver 3 range. But this guy is an athletic freak. He is everything you would want in a wide receiver. He was my 3rd ranked pre-draft, and he stepped into a situation where they had no wide receivers last year. They couldn't move the ball through the air like they wanted to. They had Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert, and they were starting a bunch of ex-quarterbacks and practice squad wide receivers. So
hey man, don't forget former 1st round pick and perennial stud Nelson Aguilar.
Yeah, that's cute. Jalen Reagor has stepped into a situation where he can definitely skyrocket into the top 20 in my eyes. Let's be honest. Your boy Alshon Jeffrey is done. Can we say that?
I don't know if we can say that yet, but I think he's absolutely done in Philadelphia.
I think he's fucking done. Every time he steps on.
You may be right. I'm not ready to write him off just yet, though.
I am, and I think you should be as well. Let's not bring up the whole thing with the Hitler shit and Deshaun Jackson. He is being disciplined. He was not released from the team. We all know what happened. Stupidity, social media. I'm not going to hold it against him because people have different beliefs, and what I believe is not necessarily what someone else believes. So I'm anti-racism in every facet, but to the people that have any semblance of that, I'm just going to knock it up to ignorance and not knowing any better. So if you don't know that stove is hot and you touch that motherfucking stove, you're going to learn
today.
You done fucked up. So basically, just get over it. Like, it's going to exist in the world. So I want to stop talking about it really, but it is what it is. He has been disciplined. I don't know the discipline as of recording this on 11 of July, but we'll find out by the time you hear this, I'm sure. And he's probably gonna miss some games. What you think?
Yeah, absolutely. And I hate to say it because I hate these Eagles, but man, to me, Jalen Reagor is slam dunk without a shadow of a doubt the number 1 wide receiver prospect for this fantasy season. That doesn't mean I love his game overall more than Lamb or more than Judy. But this year, man, the role is his. The team is his. The reins are his to take and run with. We're going to figure out real quick how good Jalen Reagor really is. And he was a guy that was right on the tip of that top 36 for me. Another guy I would like to bring into the fold is Darius Slayton, another second-year guy, really popped at times last year with Danny Dimes. He does have Golden Tate in that receiving room as well, and Sterling Shepard, who sucks. I don't care what anybody says, but I do expect Darius Slayton to take a step forward again this season with Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes, motherfucking Jones. Why don't I call him by his real name? So Slayton is another guy. If you pick him in the top 36, I ain't gonna hate on you for it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. He's primed for a breakout as well. I loved his game. I was hopping on him before he had those big games, and I was right. I'm not always, but I think you're right in saying Darius Slayton hooking up with motherfucker Jones is going to be something to watch. He's going to be exciting. He's going to have those boom weeks. I think he's going to be inconsistent.
Yeah, I agree. And we talked about Joe Burrow next year being like, whoo, Joe Burrow. Man, next year we may be licking our lips at Daniel Jones because I think the kid is an absolute stud.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Next time we are going to bring you our tight end rankings. We're just going to do tight end ones here and throw you a few bones on the shots on your late round flyers on that because – let's be honest, that's what everyone likes to do because streaming the tight end is effective. Streaming the quarterback is effective. However, I'm going to lean towards fucking drafting tight ends a little higher. I don't suggest you do that. I'm doing it because I don't have time to stream 75 teams.
And that's why you're going to get smoked in this True Serum Family League this year by yours truly because I'm going to stream them bitches every single week. I may not even draft a tight end or a quarterback in the family draft this year and just say fuck it and stream it the whole year, baby. Let's go. I can't wait.
Yeah, so I really want to get Casey Brown on this next episode. I think we should talk to him and get up with him and see what we can have here.
Here's what I need to happen, Patreon Army. Listen to me. And Joey, if you can, whenever you're done, just cut this one little segment out and send it to that EA and that Patreon chat. Ryan Lee Miller, Mike Pompa, Colleen Kunkel, all them True Serum OGs, we're going to send you this clip. I need y'all to go out and just say, Casey, we miss you, baby. We want to hear all about that little tight end of yours. Casey's tightest end. It's only right if he comes back. I love the idea.
All right, shit, we're going to work on that. But until then, we're going to get out of here. We're gonna definitely try and set that up. So, as always,
stay true.